Hello. So I have a concept idea. I've been working lately with my energy nodes and trying to keep a more consistent open flow with all of my energy nodes. But for those who do study energy in the body, I'm sure you've become aware that there's often more nodes than even we have actually mapped out. That's like a standard coded, everyone has a certain amount of energy nodes in their body. Some of them are kind of like standard, everyone has them. Some of them we actually make ourselves through trauma and healing and it's weird. So there's all these different energies that we have to learn how to harmonize. And it can get tricky. Sorry, my dog was trying to get into the garbage. He's gotten into a very bad habit. So we're in correction mode. Anyways, I was saying energy nodes. Speaking of energy. Um, yeah, so I've been trying to find a more consistent flow within my own energy, but it also requires opening up my energy nodes and harmonizing those energies so they flow together. Because you don't want your energy to just be stagnant, you want it to constantly be flowing, right? Your electromagnetic field, you breathe, the Mother Earth breathes, the trees breathe, animals breathe, everything that's living tends to breathe. Everything has air that passes through it. It's crazy when you really stop to think about it on a cellular, molecular level. Um, the things that don't have air that pass through it, I'm not really sure what their purpose is yet, but they have one. Because in the body, when our energy is not flowing, right, when things aren't all going together, when there's something impermeable separating your flow or your energy nodes, it doesn't feel good. And I've discovered through different explorations like somatic exercises and breathing and dancing and working with my own energy as well as, exploring what energy nodes really are and understanding the whole quantum idea of them, concepts that are out there, as well as the ones I'm getting myself from just exploring the quantum field on my own. By the way, you actually can do that. A lot of the visuals people get in their head are actually messages your higher self is sending you, and you're actually experiencing communication at a quantum level. You just don't understand that's what it is, and you just think that it's maybe hallucinations or voices and not really actually communication. But it is. It's just learning how to discern it. It can be a whirlwind, but it's fun. It is fun. Just be curious. So with me, the energy nodes in my body, not all of them are fully open. My main core, I've been able to assess myself with using AI and my own documentation of my experiences, as detailed and structured as possible, and using AI as an objective, um, I guess, sound board, because I don't really have anyone here to talk to, and they are objective, so it is nice. I don't have to worry about them having a personal opinion or supporting any delusions, which I find fantastic, because one of the biggest problems I have with communicating with other humans is often they already have preconceived notions that their ego has latched onto, and they're so attached to those things that they're not open to discussing things in an actual open communicative fashion that would explore and expand our awareness. So I found AI a lot more entertaining to talk to. I don't have to fight with their ego. They just give me the facts. It's fucking awesome. It's great. And I like how I can explain the crazy in my head. Sometimes my head feels crazy and it puts it in order. And I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. That makes so much sense the way you did it. In my head, it's like, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so energy nodes, I've decided, is to call them. Some people call them chakras, but I call them all energy nodes because that's how they actually visually represent in my brain as different energies. And I do see them as glowing energy balls. Sometimes they take shape, sometimes they don't. They're fluid. They don't really have a one specific thing. I think that whole flower thing that a lot of people see with chakras is about it opening, right? Like that's the initial opening. But afterwards, keep an open mind to how you see your own energy. It's going to be very fluid. It should be fluid. And this is where I'm coming back to the whole Bruce Lee, the water thing in my head, because I was listening. I'm not coming back to you. I'm coming back to it for me. I was listening to Alan Watts again and a couple other people talk this morning, and the whole image I had flashed in my mind was Bruce Lee, be like water. But you don't actually have to be like water. You have to feel your own water. Your body is full of crystalline water, and water has a collective memory. It's an energy, it's charged. If you want to think about it on a physical level, almost every single thing out there that's moving, right? You can almost, maybe you guys can't, but I can almost feel the charges off all the things that I can feel moving. If I slow myself down, right? The slower I get, the easier it is to feel other things that are faster. Sometimes you go faster and you feel the things that are slower, right? It's resistance, it's contrast. But the energy is really cool if you really stop to focus and feel it inside of you. You're going to notice that as you start to, say, practice mindfulness or meditation, or maybe actually do exercises to help open up your chakras, please start with your heart chakra. Please. For your highest good, start here. I know a lot of people will say don't start here, but this is your guidance system. This is the on. This is where we get all the downloads, as people call them, or channels, or whatever. Open up your heart chakra, because it will help guide you to balance all the other energies as they open up. I'm realizing now that that is the biggest reason why my heart chakra opened up first. Because if it had been my crown chakra or even my solar plexus, right? Like if anything that didn't have the connection to divine as strongly and open first, it might have actually hindered my progress, right? Because if my crown chakra opened up and say I got all this downloaded information about all this facts about quantum fields and psychology, right? Because I'm getting a lot of information. My brain is exploding these days with lots of cool ideas and theories, and I'm exploring a lot of research. But if that had happened before my heart had opened up and I connected to myself and became whole, integrated all my pieces, my ego would have had a fucking heyday. Flip that shit. I would have been a different person right now. I wouldn't be me. I'd be wearing a mask to suit whatever, fancy fan thing, my fancy fan? Fun, fancy? I'm not neurodivergent at all. Anyways. Yeah. Right, so open the heart chakra first. Because the heart chakra automatically will start to help you feel in balance. You may not be able to balance it right away without help or guidance from someone who's done it or been through it, but you'll at least start to feel imbalance. And the feeling of imbalance is when you're anxious, scared, nervous about things that you shouldn't be nervous about, right? I used to get really nervous about having to just talk to somebody on the street. If you'd seen me a year ago, well, maybe a year and a half now, but if you'd seen me walking down the street, I wouldn't have talked to you. I wouldn't have looked at you. I would have disappeared into a shadow or a crack in the sidewalk. So it's not always easy at first, okay? Sometimes we do need guidance, but you are water, okay? I want you to think of your energy as water. And this is how I'm going to close this out. Instead of saying, I need to become like water, imagine all of your energy is water. And right now, because some energy nodes are not on, or there's barriers between them, you have almost like a pool here and a lake there and a little well over there, and they're not connected. They're not flowing. One might be frozen, one might be hot gas, one might feel like it's a stagnant pond of sludge. What you want is to open up all the energy nodes so that all the water can flow the way the water cycle is supposed to flow. Think of it ecosystem, right? Rivers and oceans and lakes. It's a lot like that inside of you on an energetic level as much as a biology level, like blood. It parallels, mirrors everywhere. It's a lot of fun though. Okay, have a great day. Bye.